Routines are important for everybody, but they're especially important for kids with ADHD and autism. Why is that? Well, these kids usually struggle a little bit more with transitions, sometimes a lot more with transition. Moving from one activity to the other can be disorienting, it can be frightening. So we provide tools that help them deal with that. Just like adults have tools to deal with that too. If you're like me, you probably use a Google Calendar in your life. Well, that's just a tool to help me transition from one thing to the other so I know what's coming up and I can schedule my routines. But how do we do that for kids? The place where most people start are printable visual schedules. You've got an image that shows the kiddo what to do, and then we've got an explanation of what needs to be done. Now, you can make these in Microsoft Word or in Google, but we've got a tool that's free. It's called the Free Visual Schedule Maker. You just go to Resources and click on Free Visual Schedule Maker, and there you just drop in the photos, retitle everything that you need, and then we'll send you a PDF so you can print it out easily. That's real nice and easy. But what happens when you want kids to start proactively managing it? So the next thing you're going to do is probably look at some sticker charts or Velcro boards where kids can stick on their activities and move them, take them off the board when they've completed it. So now they've got some agency and they can see their progress, whereas with just a static printable, that's harder to do. The static printable will just show them what needs to be done. The problem with the Velcro boards, though, is that once you have to move around a little bit, you've got the Velcro board in the kitchen, but you want to do something in the bathroom, the board doesn't move with you, and if it does, the pieces can get lost pretty darn quickly, right? If you want to do something in the car or at school, definitely doesn't work because the Velcro board's in the house. What do you do then? Well, just like Google Calendar, there's lots of apps for kids, and that's really what Goalie makes. The Goalie Visual Scheduler app gives for each activity a picture or a video of what the activity needs to be done, and then kids can see a progress bar at the bottom, they can see a timer in the middle, visually and numerically, so they can see how much time they have left over, and you can record custom audio to also remind them to do things. So for example, if the activity is use the toilet, well, you might want to say at the end, hey, don't forget to flush. When your kids are more independent and they don't need a visual and timer for every single activity, well, then we can start giving them checklists. Goalie will provide checklists where you can customize them, and for non-readers, they can click on the sound icon and we'll play aloud what the checklist item is so they can hear it too. When kids are done with their routine, we want to celebrate it. We want to say, yeehaw, woo, you did it. So that's why we've got points and puzzle pieces that they earn at the end of every single routine, and you control how many there are and what those points can be redeemed for. Which leads me to my next topic. These things can be a lot of work for parents to maintain, especially sticker charts and Velcro boards. The more cutting and laminating you have to do, the harder it is to keep up with these things. That's why we made a separate app on your phone for parents. From the Goalie Care Team app on your phone, you can manage all of the kids' routines, all the activities, all the sounds, all the visuals. You can snap a photo, do it all from your phone. Your kids can use a phone of their own, they can use a tablet of their own, but if they need a little bit more guidance, if they're easily distracted, you might want to take a look at the Goalie dedicated tablet. There's no web browser, there's no YouTube, there's no app store, it's just Goalie apps like the Visual Schedule Maker so that they are locked in when you want them to do the thing you want them to do, and notifications come up automatically just for them. If you want to learn more about how these things work, you can check us out at getgoalie.com. But the starting point for everybody is free. It's those printable visual schedules. You don't have to buy anything to see how well your kids respond to visual schedules, how well you can structure routines for them so that they can be more independent for themselves.